Hey guys, my name is Tracy, and I just wanted to talk to you a little bit today about Jesus and God, and just what it means to me, and tell you how I became a Christian. I was the baby of 7 kids. I have 3 sisters and 3 brothers, and they were all older than me. The sister next to me, there's like 5 years between her and I, and so I'm really spoiled, and so they were all I was at home while they were all married and everything, but we were all raised in church. My mom went to church, and she taught us about God. My grandparents went to church. They taught us about God. And my grandfather was a preacher. And when I was 12, I went up front and accepted Christ as my Savior. And I love God with all my heart. I've learned things over the years, like we all learn things over the years. And I wish I would have known now what I know then. Don't we all, though? And I just, when the times we're living in right now, and I just scratched my face, but the time, my hands are clean. The times we're living in right now are sad. But I don't live in fear, because I know if God takes me home now, then I know where I'm going, which is a blessing. If I didn't have Christ, I can't see if I take my glasses off. If I didn't have Christ in my heart, and if I didn't know Him, I would be terrified right now. Probably in this thing that we're going through, whatever it is. But because I know Him, I have peace. And I don't know how people will live without Him. I really don't. I was not a bad child growing up. I grew up in church. I got saved when I was 12. I don't know if I said that or not, but I probably didn't understand it all then. And then I didn't never smoke, didn't never do drugs, didn't never drink, which I was glad. I did have a baby when I was 15. I got pregnant when I was 15, had it when I was 16. My mom never brought up abortion. She never brought up giving her away. She actually, who raised her, helped me raise her. We kind of grew up together, and I'm very thankful that my mom was like that, and that she just helped me instead of condemning me, because it was something that she didn't, it was never brought up. She just loved us both. And I was very blessed growing up. And so when I grew up, I got married when I was young, of course, and divorced when I was married. And I'm sorry, let me back up. By the time I was 20, I had 3 kids. I was married, and we had 3 kids, 3 girls. And I don't remember how old I was when we were married for 7 years, and then we divorced. I remarried for 5 years and divorced. Again, the second husband was horrible. I was abused mentally, physically, emotionally, sexually by both husbands. I was divorced for 2 years, and then I met the love of my life. And that's one thing I can truly say: when I quit choosing my choices, when I quit making my choices and focused on God, He brought me the man of my dreams. you do have soulmates out there. God does make creations for you. If you're a young lady and you're listening to this, if you think there's nobody out there for you, there is. God will show you to him if you let him. So when God introduced me to him, we were working together, and so we married. We dated for 3 weeks, and we married, and we've been together for July will be 18 years, and he's the love of my life. He is a man after God's own heart. He loves me. He worships me. Not worships, because you don't worship your spouse. You worship God. But he takes care of me. And he spoils me, that's for sure. And when we got married, we started going to church where he went to church. And I rededicated my life, which means I went back up front and surrendered all I had to God again. And my youngest daughter got saved and baptized, and we both got baptized together, which was awesome. And so that's where we are. So don't feel like you can't, don't feel like you're not good enough, that you're not good enough for God. If there's nothing that you have in your mind or your body, like there's nothing in your life that you have done that God has not seen, I promise you. So wherever you are in life, if you do not know Jesus as your Savior, please contact me if you can, or contact a preacher or a friend or your parents or somebody, and get to know God. Get him in your life, and I promise you, you will not be sorry. But I want to share with you one of my favorite verses. It is 2 Corinthians 5:17. If anyone belongs to Christ, he is a new creation. The old things have gone, and everything is made new. And all this is from God. Through Christ, God made peace between us and himself. And God gave us the work of telling everyone about the peace we can have in him. So I just want to share with you my heart. I had something happen to me. I don't want to go into detail, but when we were going through it, people were like, how in the world can you forgive them? How in the world are you getting through this? How in the world? And it was because I was saved. It was because I had faith in God. It was because of him. Nothing because of me. And I had friends all around me. I had family all around me that encouraged me and loved me and believed in me. They knew that what was going on was not nothing I did, that it was all false accusations, and that God carried me through it. It was all because of him. Yeah. So I'm telling you, there is a God. I don't care what people say. I know because he lives in me. He's carried me when I couldn't walk. My mom passed away last Mother's Day. So this Mother's Day is hard for me. Even though I have girls of my own, I don't look forward to Mother's Day this year. My mom was everything to me. But so y'all just find this God that I know. If you have anxiety, hurt, bitterness, anger, I have had that. I'm not saying I'm perfect. It still shows up sometimes, but that's because the devil tries to tear me up and I have to push him away. It's going to happen. But if you put your faith in God, and He will lift you up, I promise. There's so many promises in His Word, and He does not break His promises. Thank you for listening, and if you need help, just holler. I'm here for you, and so is He. Him mostly. God bless you.